Hello, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will discuss how to write balanced chemical equation for a reaction in a stepwise manner. This is very much needed and it will help you do stoichiometric calculations, an important topic in this chapter. Calculations involving masses of reactants and products is called stoichiometric calculations. Therefore, this video will be of great use to you. So watch the video completely without skipping and then like the video and share the video with your friends who may also be benefited. Please subscribe to my channel. It will be a great motivation to me. And also press the bell button to get intimated as soon as new videos are posted. Thank you very much. I have already uploaded a video on empirical formula and mass percentage, that is percentage composition of compounds. If you have not watched that video, click the I button on the right hand top corner of the video to watch it. Okay.
Now let us start answering these questions. I have given 3 questions here. Nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to produce ammonia. Burning of methane to produce carbon dioxide and water. Burning of solid phosphorus to produce solid phosphorus pentoxide. We will consider these questions one by one. You have already learnt these in your smaller classes. This is only by way of revision. First thing is, when we take up a reaction, we have to identify the reactants and products. Then after identifying the reactants and products, the next step is write the skeletal equation using the molecular formulae of the reacting substances and the products. Then we have to balance the number of the molecules. This is done actually in order to balance the number of atoms. Finally, we will also show whether the reacting substances and the products are solids, liquids or gases. We will use the symbol S for solid, G for gas and L for liquid. Now let us take up the first question. Nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to produce ammonia. So the reactants are nitrogen and hydrogen. We will use the molecular formula of nitrogen and hydrogen. N2 plus H2. The product is ammonia. NH3 is the formula for ammonia. Now we will take up the various atoms one by one. On the left hand side, there are 2 atoms of nitrogen and only 1 atom of nitrogen on the right hand side. So you equalize that by adding 2 to ammonia. That is, you will write it as N2 plus H2 gives 2NH3. Now we will take up hydrogen atoms. On the left hand side there are 2 hydrogen atoms. On the right hand side there are 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen atoms. So it has to be balanced on the left hand side. So what do? You multiply hydrogen by 3. So you get N2 plus 3H2 is equal to 2NH3. And finally, we add up the state. Nitrogen is gas. Hydrogen also is in the gaseous state. Ammonia is also in gaseous state. So this is the balanced chemical equation for the reaction of nitrogen with hydrogen forming ammonia. I hope this is clear. We will go one step forward and say that this equation means 1 mole of nitrogen reacts with 3 moles of hydrogen to produce 2 moles of ammonia. We will need this molar concept also while doing stoichiometric problems.
Now let us do the second question. Burning of methane to produce carbon dioxide and water. Burning means reaction with oxygen. Let us identify the reactants. Methane and oxygen are the reactants and the products are carbon dioxide and water. This is the skeletal equation. CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. While doing the first question, we have written all the steps. Now we will keep the steps in mind and then write only the important points. Let us take up the carbon atom. On the left hand side there is 1 carbon atom. On the right hand side also there is 1 carbon atom. So carbon atom is balanced. Let us take up hydrogen atom. There are 4 hydrogen atoms on the left hand side but only 2 hydrogen atoms on the right hand side. So multiply water by 2. CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2. Hydrogen is balanced. Now let us take up oxygen. There are 2 oxygen atoms on the left hand side but on the right hand side there are altogether 4 oxygen atoms. 2 oxygen atoms in carbon dioxide and 2 oxygen atoms in 2 molecules of water. We have to multiply oxygen on the left hand side by 2. So we get CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. Finally, we will add up the state of these various substances. Methane, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water. All of them are in gaseous state. This is burning, so water that is produced is in the gaseous state. Now let us take up the third question. Solid phosphorus is burning in air. So burning means it is reacting with oxygen. So the reactants are phosphorus and oxygen. The molecular formula of phosphorus is P4 and that of oxygen is O2. So P4 reacts with oxygen forming P4O10, that is phosphorus pentoxide. This is a very simple equation. It can be easily understood. On the left hand side there are 4 phosphorus atoms. On the right hand side also there are 4 phosphorus atoms. So that is balanced. Next is oxygen. On the right hand side there are 10 atoms, whereas on the left hand side there are only 2. So you multiply oxygen on the left hand side by 5. So you get P4 plus 5 molecules of oxygen gives P4O10, which is phosphorus pentoxide. So we will add up the state also. It is given in the problem that solid phosphorus is burning to produce solid phosphorus pentoxide. So these two are solids. Oxygen, as you know, is in the gaseous state. So this is the answer for that question. But before we wind up, the molecular formula of phosphorus pentoxide is P4O10. Its empirical formula will be the least ratio, as we have already seen, P2O5. Generally, phosphorus pentoxide is represented by empirical formula. So, you may find in many books, you may find phosphorus pentoxide represented as P2O5. I hope it is clear. We will meet in the next video with the next set of questions. Thank you very much.